Hola, hola, bienvenidos a su radio de la comunidad tvosj.org. Hey, welcome, welcome everyone. Hey, this is Spanglish. We can speak English and Spanish on Sabor Latino because this is the Sabor Latino show where we can do that. And this is with Betty Ramirez. And today's guest is Jim Chong.
Hey, it's great being here. Hey, we're going to try Spanglish Chino. Spanglish Chino. Spanglish Chino. Because, we combine a lot of the Asian culture, because, I do a lot with the Asian culture, not just Asian culture, along with Betty Ramirez, Latino culture. What do we have? We have hashtag Latino. So, anyway, that is American derivative. For those of you that are Asian don't know what that means, it's actually Latino, and Chino is the Spanish way of saying Chino. Chinese, excuse me. I got myself mixed up there.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, this is a bilingual program, so you can speak.
All right. But we're wait. I have a question, though. All right. We got hashtag Latino, but if we are one Chinese person and a Latino person and we're speaking English, isn't that trilingual?
Well, I guess it is.
Yeah, that's trilingual.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And but be careful. You don't tell people to try lingua. That's different, right? Trilingua is different.
No, because then they'll think that you're asking them to try some cow tongue.
That's right. That's what I was saying. That's right. So that's trilingual, just for clarification.
Lingua, yes, is the cow tongue. So anyway, so today you are my guest, so thank you so much for coming on the Sabor Latino show with Betty Ramirez. Do appreciate that. Today was a special day because you invited me to attend an event that I find it is so needed in this area. And this is kind of my second or third time that I've been attending this particular type of event. And this is with Mary Nicholson, Healing in Motion.
Healings in Motion,
Healings
that's correct.
in Motion. But something else that you did also cover was the importance of, how do you know when someone is experiencing, a heart attack.
Yeah, or stroke. Actually.
Or stroke.
Yeah, stroke.
It's kind of the same thing,
yeah.
right? I
mean,
because
actually,
stroke leads to heart attack.
It's interesting. No, not necessarily.
Okay,
and
so
see,
then let me know exactly the difference. Then.
Sure. And this is really great because I appreciate going on this. This is Sabor Latino today. So, really, Healings in Motion is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3. Yep. Yes. Nonprofit dedicated to stroke, basically recovery, awareness, prevention.
Kind of awareness, prevention.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the CV RAPS program is actually Central Valley RAPS, RAPS, which is Recovery, Awareness, Preventing Stroke program. And we go through the signs of stroke, and there is an acronym that we go through. It's called BEFAST, BEFAST, and this is important to know because this is the signs of stroke. So
right.
The B stands for balance, right? And so E stands for eyes, because
ojos.
Sometimes you have blurred vision.
Balancio, ojos, okay.
Yeah, or lost of eyesight. And then also F stands for face, because the face droops.
Cara, face, the droops, la cara se mueve. Okay.
And A stands for arms, because the arms can droop as well.
A for abrazos también, porque el brazo a veces no trabaja. Okay.
Yeah, and then S stands for speech, because slurred speech.
F para la lengua, para cuando uno habla. Cuando uno va a tener un ataque del corazón, esas son las cosas que uno tiene que buscar para que así sepa que van a tener o tienen un ataque del corazón durante ese tiempo. Por eso es importante que sepan o qué es lo que tienen que buscar para que así los pueden llevar al hospital o llamar en emergencia. Okay.
And then T, which means time is brain.
Tiempo es what say
brain.
Again?
Time is brain.
Okay, tiempo es la cabeza, sesos. Porque el tiempo es importante para que así pueda salvar vidas. Okay.
Yeah, and so it's important when you see those signs there that basically you call 911 because time is brain. Mm-hmm. And so that's why if you see somebody have a combination of these, just where the balance is not there, the eyesight, it could happen. Now, not all of these will happen, but maybe a majority of them, balance or eyesight is blurred, or the face is drooping, the arms are drooping, the speech is slurred, then T is time is brain. So really, millions of brain cells die every minute or second. So you got to be really really attentive to that, because if you don't call 911, it could make the difference between somebody fully recovering from having a stroke all the way down to being disabled for the rest of their life.
Oh.
Crippled.
Yes, and we don't want that to happen, so we want to prevent that. And so it's imperative for people to know exactly what signs to look for.
Absolutely.
I hear you say that, and I think of my mother, because sometimes she does slur, and I have to be, vigilant and, just watching her and make sure she's okay. It passes, yes, but still, it's a concern of mine, and to the point where I call my sister and say, okay, this is not right. Yes, I am looking for other signs. I ask her sometimes, okay, Mama, do me a favor, stick your tongue out. She's like, well, why?
Right.
Just do it, Mom.
Right.
Just do it for me, baby. I want to check. And so she'll do it, and her tongue is fine, But the thing is, that is one of the signs. So, unless you have 2 or 3, is that when you really have to be concerned and take her to the hospital? Because,
Or call 911.
or call 911.
And here's the thing. Even somebody I love very very dearly. The whole thing is she experienced somebody that was having a stroke as well, and the person was experienced also. There is another thing too. Sometimes it can be accompanied with headaches as well, but then the balance wasn't there, right? The eyesight was kind of blurred, right? And again, speech was slurred, but a lot of times they don't even know their speech is slurred. And so,
in other words, they can't hear themselves.
Yeah, they can't hear themselves.
So, yeah, when I do hear that, I become very concerned because I'm thinking, oh, that's one of the signs.
And what's usually, for most people, what's usually their reaction if they're having the signs? I'll be okay, right? I'll be okay. They don't necessarily want 911 called. And so really pay attention, because if the speech slurred,
that is something I do
major.
tell my mom. I think we should go, to the hospital, at least a clinic, to have you checked out. No, I'm fine. Okay, I hear you say that, but
yeah,
right?
and now here's the other thing. Sometimes, and this is what I've heard in a few different situations, they actually have those signs, but guess what? They go away, and it's just a symptom that.
What does that mean? Okay, they have the signs, but it goes away.
It goes away.
Okay, so that means it was just something that they experienced towards that area of concern, or is this something that they go through with age? Because that is so hard to tell. You got to know exactly what signs definitely to be alarmed by. And I get a little confused because, Mom is one of those, she's a gardener. And let me tell you, every morning she's out there, she is not happy unless she gets out there and waters her little plants or gardens. She likes to prune. But this time I didn't let her prune. I pruned all her roses. And
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to let her prune because I know her.
Yeah.
She'll get out there and start pruning, you know, and that's a love of hers. And I feel like, God, I'm taking it away from her and I shouldn't. But at the same time, I'm saying, Mom, let me help you.
That's right.
Let me just do a little bit for you. Yeah, that way you don't have to do too much.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you don't know how to do it, she says. Okay, Mom, I know, but, I've watched you and I've observed and I have a good idea how you do it. And so I'll get out there and I'll prune her roses. And then she'll come out and say, well, you didn't do it as like I would. I said, I know, but I tried. And she says, yeah, I see that. I said, if there's more pruning that you want me to do, I will do more.
Right.
Because she likes to prune it down completely, almost down to the ground. And I like to leave at least a little bit of the rose bush, the sticks showing a little. She likes to really mow them down. And I'm just like, okay.
Well, the whole thing is that, just talk about your mother. I know, you love her dearly and you talk about her. And, I have my dad. He's unfortunately a little bit more progressed in dementia, or a lot more progressed. But the whole thing is that, my point is that sometimes the signs may be there. They may come, but then they may also go and disappear. Now, you might want to make a judgment call. Maybe it was just a fluke. Just where something happens. But, especially if it happens multiple times. I've had a couple of people share with me, they had these signs a couple of times. They were pretty major things, but then they go away. They didn't pay attention to it, and sure enough, they had a stroke. And so you want to pay attention to even if those signs come and disappear, you want to get that looked at because.
So still take her to the hospital and have her checked out.
Especially if they're older, that would be a good idea.
So what do you do when you have a mother that is, she's a little stubborn, and when I do suggest, it's always no.
Right.
I'm fine. No, I'm not going. No.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm just like, okay, let her think about it. Just give her the information that it's there and that,
Yes.
this is one of the signs that could be. So maybe that will get her to really think about it and say, oh, well, maybe I am experiencing
Yeah.
that. And then maybe I should let Betty take me to the hospital. But she's adamant that she's okay and she's fine. Every now and then she will tell me, oh, okay, I got a little dizzy today or this and that.
Mhm.
And so I try to observe her as much as I can. I know she gets mad if I follow her too close, or
Right.
even when we go shopping, I'm behind her because I'm thinking if she hits something, she falls, I'm going to catch her, right?
Yeah.
She hates it. She's so independent. She's so independent.
So
Jim, that it's
we're talking about your mom, right?
Difficult.
We're
yeah.
talking about your mom.
We're talking about
and,
mama.
And mom and dad, sometimes it's tougher because, hey, I used to be able to do all these things. And I'm fortunate. Fortunately, my dad is in that cognitive state where he is listening for the most part. Now, there's those moments where he just wants to do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're just hitting that age. But getting back to your point, if people see those signs, if you're really concerned, some things could be a fluke, maybe just one of them. Things are just going to happen because they're older. But if you see a combination of them and...
They're kind of spread out. That's the confusing part.
That's the tough part.
Because, sometimes she'll say, oh, I got a little headache, or she'll say, I feel really tired. But then again, she likes to clean. She likes to garden, get out there and try to pick up her little leaves. I give her all these different gadgets to pick up leaves and all, but, she will do it the way she wants. And she gets down to the ground or she bends and she always has her head down. And I said, Mom, you got to change positions every now and then. And I said, see this little stool? I got it for you so you can sit and just sit comfortably and, collect your leaves.
Yeah.
But don't bend down with your head down because she wonders when she gets up, she forgets and she gets dizzy. Wow, yeah.
Know what? It's kind of interesting. As people get older, one other comment I just want to make, getting back to that point though, but if you do see these signs in combination of the be fast, the signs of stroke, if there are a combination of them, you might want to call just to get advice from somebody. And here's
or call the nurse's line.
Yeah, that's why I was saying
right?
call the nurse's line.
Yes.
But sometimes if they're not really familiar with it, they might also they don't know what to do necessarily. But at least that is something you could do, especially if you have a stubborn parent. But you want to really make sure maybe you could talk to somebody that does have a stroke department, talk to them about signs, see what it means when these symptoms come and go. But if it's repetitive, you want to make sure you check it out.
Okay,
though, for sure.
that's good. Good to know. You don't happen to have that number, do you?
The number. No, you basically call. Well, you can go to Healings with an S, healingsinmotion.org, with an S, healingsinmotion.org to find out information about stroke and some of the resources.
Okay, good.
But then
healingsinmotion.org.
That's correct. And then you'd call your hospital, your doctor, just to get a little check-see on it. And there are some you can probably call somebody. I haven't done this myself, and it's a good question here too to ask. But St. Joseph's Medical Center, they are a regional stroke center, and so they could probably get you some information about it if you spoke to somebody that. Or a hospital that has a stroke department.
Yes.
So that is really very key. And so this whole issue about aging and stroke is so very important, And as you know, a stroke, what we were talking about, heart attack or brain, they do get confused. They're entirely two different things. And so the stroke actually happens in the brain. The heart attack happens to the heart. So the heart attack doesn't necessarily lead to a stroke. I mean, certain things can build up, but they are separate. And so, again, we just want to remind people that the stroke actually deals with the brain, and the heart attack obviously deals with the heart. The heart, yeah.
Okay.
And we because there's so much time we try to spend to really differentiate the two.
Well, it's good to do that because so many people are under the impression that it's all related,
That's right.
heart attack.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
that's, it runs on my mom's side of the family, so I'm really concerned.
Right.
You know, I lost my grandpa
Mm.
from that. I think what happened too is when my grandfather lost his wife, my grandmother, he didn't want to go on living. They were like
Yeah.
one.
Mm.
And within 3 months, he followed her.
Mm.
But he had a heart attack. And he didn't want to live without her.
Yeah.
And boy, that was hard to accept because we wanted to keep him around for as long as we could, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, when she passed, he followed. And so that was the
Yeah.
sad part.
And aging is one of those funny things. You know, my mom, when I moved up to near the Sacramento, you know, the Stockton area, actually, because I came from the Bay Area in Sunnyvale. And when we moved out here, of course, you know, we want our parents to be with us as long as they can. But at the same time, my mom, I got a call one night, and basically she was gone. It was just like a minute. She's saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable in my chest. She laid down, and then she was gone. And I contrast that to where my dad is now, and you know, again, he's losing some. You know, he is truly feeble. I don't like to use that word too often, but frail. And you know, there is a reality to that. You know, right now, I will tell you, for me, I know as I get older, if I go, I just want to go. And the reason why I want to share that is some of you lose somebody very fast, and remember, for their sake, you know, sometimes it could be better. I'm just saying this is my opinion.
Okay.
And
I hear
so
you.
to let somebody go, because you know, sometimes it's tough. You want to keep people
course,
around.
you want to keep
as
them
long
around
as-
for as
you know,
long
of
as you
course.
can, yes.
But you know,
It's
but
family.
really, you know, I think of myself. I don't know about you, but I want to make sure that the people I love that are around me, taking care of me, are able to live their life. And once I've lived a full life, you know, I think my time to go. I hope I go very quickly. But not tonight, God. I just want to make sure we're clear on that. Say, what happened? Hey, where's Jim after the Betty and Amanda show? Right, no, but this is just before
You're
Halloween,
saying
so
this-
we're talking about this.
Okay, you're saying this, and I'm thinking about a program I just watched on TV where the female doctor comes in with her patient and puts down a bottle of pills, and she says, it's your decision. You decide what you want.
Ooh.
And she walks away from the room. She says, it's up to you. Yeah, and when she did that, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, she's putting down medication that could probably take the woman's life because a woman didn't want to continue her life.
Right.
You know, in the pain that she has been experiencing. So she had that choice. And I'm thinking, my goodness, is that something that's going to happen in the future to where, I mean, you hear about it, to where doctors are now letting their patients take their lives.
Isn't that euthanasia?
Yes, and I'm just
And
like,
so,
oh, that's I don't know. When I saw that, it kinda
you know,
left
there
mixed
is
feelings.
an interesting thing. I know we started with talking about healings of motion and
Yes.
the things there, but you know, but it really leads to really thinking about life, you know, and the whole thing about euthanasia is pretty interesting. If you have somebody, you know, really suffering, what do you do with that situation? There's also the other thing. What about that whole dilemma if somebody is dying and you could revive them, but they have not really a life to live anymore, right? What do you do there as well? That's also a dilemma. Wouldn't you
Yes.
agree?
Yes.
And so, you know, did you necessarily participate in somebody's death when you could have helped them and you didn't? I would say when somebody's time to go, if that's their desire, I personally feel okay with it, you know, letting them go because they'll be at peace, you know?
Because if that's what they decide to do.
Yes.
And there was another show that I saw that it was on, or was it a video? I think it was a video where you have two a couple, very much in love. They showed
Would
their
you say they're Asian?
They were
Okay.
beautiful
Okay.
Asian couple,
Okay.
and they married. It showed
Yeah.
the beginning when they met. It showed their life, having
Aw.
children, and then showed them growing old together.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, it showed them taking a pill together, holding their hands, and they fell asleep together side by side.
Wow,
And
that's
I
deep.
thought, oh, that's powerful at the same time. They chose that. They
Yeah.
chose to do that together. together.
powerful.
And when I saw that video again, it's like, wow, the impact.
Well, this leads a good to a good discussion too about this whole thing about, I mean this is a little bit more far-reaching, but abortion, about this whole euthanasia, about just a lot of things, because a lot of us we're at that age where the people we love are a lot older. We have friends that are dealing with the situation. What do you do when you see somebody suffering, and so they can live their life full of suffering, and maybe they can't really do very much anymore, versus somebody that's a lot different than somebody that, I didn't quite like him, so here's the that's a little different. But there is I think a moral dilemma there, and I'm a Christian, so it's like, what would God necessarily want? I don't know, and it goes, there's a lot of interesting things that we could talk about, but as we age, it is something we have to think about. And, I deal a lot in the financial arena, help people get things planned. And, a lot of people don't have things planned out.
Right.
There are repercussions to not having things planned out.
There's more that do not have it.
That's right.
And that's because they don't want to think about it. They
Right.
they don't want to deal with it.
Right.
They don't want to go there.
Yeah. And Betty, I always tell you this. I think you're gorgeous as a person, and you just have a great sense about you. But the whole thing is that sometimes, as we get older, we're all aging. We're all getting older, and there will come a time where we have to face the facts on things,
And
right?
accept things, yes.
Yeah. And we, now's a good time to really think about certain things, like where do we want to live when we're older? Where do we want to, what kind of life do we want for our kids to have to live? Because if we don't think about those things, it's not us that will pay the price. It really will be our kids,
Yes.
And it's really an interesting thing. I remember watching a Tyler Perry show. Tyler Perry is always fun.
Yes.
But he was in, I forgot which one it was, but he was actually in a senior home. Did you happen to see that one?
No.
Very powerful, because Tyler Perry is phenomenal. He always has a lot of these situational things and storylines for these different characters and the arcs and stuff. But the whole thing is that very powerful, because there was one lady that came to see the mother who basically has Alzheimer's, doesn't remember anything, is always sitting down, just sitting down, same place.
So it doesn't recognize her
It
daughter.
doesn't recognize her anymore. And then, Tyler Perry, of course, he's playing Medea.
Okay.
And so he's, he sees this, and, he's, Medea is helping people reconcile certain things, like somebody that had a relationship that had a heart broken, and then that is where they have a famous scene where they start talking about sometimes people come into your life, dear, Medea's talking, it's like they're either a season or for a lifetime.
Yes.
And don't mistake in people that were meant to be there for a season for a lifetime, because maybe there was just something you needed to learn, I like to say people are either a blessing or a lesson, right, in your life.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so, but the whole thing is that with this one girl, again, he saw how she was sacrificing so much, couldn't live a life, didn't really have a life outside of work, see mom, But of course, the heart's right. That is a good heart. And Medea talks to her in the Medea tone, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And says, "Girl, your mom must have been extremely selfish." You know what they were getting at?
Okay.
Well, it's like, oh, why? She's kind of shocked, right? It's like, why would you say that? And it's like, no, she must have been really a selfish woman. She must be. And it's like, well, why would you say? Well, to think about the fact that she can't remember anything anymore, and she would want you to come in every day and sacrifice your whole future just so that you could spend time with her. And there's a good message to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the message there? What is the message?
Well, the message is that she doesn't have to do that, right?
Right.
For her mom.
And her mom would probably
If her
be
mom-
okay with that.
Yes.
And so sometimes, but that's different. Sometimes,
But I
we
think
need
what
to-
happens there is
Yeah.
the daughter's feeling guilty.
That's exactly right.
And the daughter wants to
Right.
follow through with
Yeah.
what she started at the beginning, whether mom recognizes her or not.
Yeah,
So
and that's true. And so there is a good message to that. So as things are aging, Betty, it's going to be to you, it's going to be to me, to those that have somebody that's older. The real message is, what would that person want? not necessarily what would we want, and I think the parents would want the best for the kids.
Yes.
They wouldn't want them to, of course they'd want for them to visit, be remembered, but not at the expense of the kid's future. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, and I'm not saying don't take care of your parents, of course. Absolutely you should. But I know I had to learn that lesson. I had some great talks with people and really think about what would my dad want? What would your mom really want?
Right.
But your mom's in a different situation because it seems like she has all of her mental acumen
like
there.
I said, she runs circles around me. Yeah. It's like, wow.
And so we could actually digress. By the way, this is called a transition, guys, for those of you that are listening. We could talk about, we talked about how she has a strong character, very willful, right? Awesome woman. But then we could say, can those translate down to the lineage, Betty? Right? No, we don't necessarily need transition there. We like to have fun here. But
let's just say, I always look at Mom. I say, Mom, you're my hero.
I know.
I hope and pray that I live the life that she does and has the energy that she does.
Yeah.
Because I look at her and I just admire her.
Yeah.
That's my mom. You know? Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But, we're all facing aging. And we have to really come to grips with the fact that it happens to everyone. And when we go about our day, one thing I appreciate about today too, just stroke. We talked about dealing with the brain. So really, the guest speaker today was dealing with PTSD. It's Chris Lambert. He's one of my heroes, just for what he does serving in the Marine Corps. He likes to be referred to as Christopher Lambert, but he really brought it. He has a video out there on YouTube that's Goodbye Vietnam, and it's by Chris Lambert.
And this is the Marine we're talking about.
Yes.
Quite the Marine.
Yeah, and he's very straight up front. You know what I mean? And
he did a great presentation today, by the way. I was really impressed with him. I gave him the card and I said, please be my guest.
Yeah, that's right. You should have sang him that song, Be Our Guest. Yeah. No, but
I don't have a singing voice. I have a talking voice, but not a singing voice.
No. You got a very sultry voice. We've talked about that.
I would have ran out of the room.
But the whole thing is that the whole thing of what he talked about, what people go through, and when they do have PTSD, and just kind of how they can react.
Let's let everybody know in the community what PTSD means. So
you've heard it. It's a post-traumatic syndrome. Yeah, and it's a disorder, and it's like it usually happens when something traumatic happens in your life. Women that have been abused, that's traumatic. Being on the field during a war, watching literally, Chris would say, the person next to you is head blown off. It's not even just killed, blown off, and something really, really traumatic that really stays with you. And it creates reactions. He talks about how, even people tapping him on the shoulder and back, he will react because you don't know on the field. You're just kind of trained to be on the alert. You don't know if that's somebody trying to kill you. That just brings back memories and stuff. Hearing even a barbecue grill go poof, seems like it could be a bomb or some sort of artillery, coming in. So it's really pretty intense. And people that have served our country, especially those that are combat veterans, but definitely anyone that served our country, we need to be thankful because sometimes they leave, but when they come back, they're different than when they left because of some major traumatic situation that does affect their life.
No, the story of the young lady that said, when her father came, they were able to help him with medication. But back then, they really didn't have any medication to help the veterans that came from war.
Yep.
So they had to deal with them as best they could. And it's a sad thing to realize, man, that's hard.
Yes.
They had no help at all medically.
Yeah.
So
it is. It can be really challenging.
But today, of course, they do have some medication that does help them live a normal life. Still, they may still experience that every now and then, but it's nothing major.
And there's a moral dilemma we have there because at the same time, you have a lot of things, unfortunately, from even veterans that go out there, they react to something, you know?
Yes.
And so what do you do in a situation where a veteran gets really violent? I mean, some even have killed somebody, but it was something that was imposed on them because they have PTSD coming back from war, you know? And so there's some real good moral dilemmas that we can really consider, you know? They had something on TV. I'm sure that the child suffered from PTSD as well. He was a young child. He looked like he could have been older than maybe 12 or 14.
Okay.
And so he actually killed somebody, another classmate.
Another child?
Yeah.
Goodness.
And so how should you try him?
Yeah.
Now, you go through his background. He was raised, unfortunately, in a very unfortunate situation. A lot of things happened to him, you know, without getting into all the details, that caused him to think this way. How do you work with somebody like that? You know, you want to give them a chance, but at the same time, it's like the issue in my mind is you really want people around him to be safe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if he's released, what happens then? If it hasn't really been dealt with, you know, and you can never tell. So these situations create moral dilemmas. But I love Chris Lambert's presentation, sharing his life and stuff. It really made me think about, you know, what's important in life.
He came across very caring, very real, and of course, you know, because he is. But his message was so positive that I thought, you know what, gotta have him here at the radio station so he can also give his message here live.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you for letting me be part of that. If not, I wouldn't have been able to meet these beautiful people. I mean, did you notice it was a variety? It was all different nationalities, and it was male and female.
Yes.
From all walks of life, and they all had their story, you know.
Yeah. And stroke and major life situations, they don't discriminate. That is the unfortunate thing. You know, stroke will go after everybody. Although there are certain ethnicities that it is more traumatic in. But, you know, just the whole event was great over at St. Joseph's Medical Center. It's the last Tuesday of the month, usually, from 12:30 to 2. The only reason why I say usually is because in December there will not be a meeting, but it will reconvene either January or February of next year.
You know what? Put out that information for those of you that are listening and would like to be part of that.
Yeah.
If there's any numbers or you know, webpage, even Facebook, any information where they can get information themselves, phone number, so that way they can, you know, ask their questions if they do have, or maybe even might want to join.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can go to healingsinmotion.org for more information. You could also look up Healings in Motion on Facebook. And, you know, there's just great information there. But it's last Tuesday of the month. And we have, you know, from 12:30 to 2, just some great information. It is the CV RAPS, spelled RAPS. That stands for Central Valley Recovery Awareness Preventing Strokes Program. And also, I wanted to highlight November 9th is our annual Inner Safari. That is a caregiver conference, and you've been there, Betty, taking some pictures as well.
Yes, I do recall.
And so
good one too.
Yeah, there's a lot of great information there, and you know, we just want to make sure people are informed. That's an all-day event. People will start checking in at 9 a.m. That's November 9th. And again, you can find more information on the main website, healingsinmotion.org. And it's just and you could also go to Caregiver Conference, by the way, Caregiver Conference 2019. .eventbrite.com, spelled BRITE. Caregiver Conference 2019.eventbrite.com. So lots of great things there.
Perfect.
You know? And so Betty, you know, a lot of these things that I see you do, I just wanted to say hats off to you, because I know how much you love the community here at the Voice of San Joaquin. And, you know, you do some incredible things. That's why it was great having you out there as well.
And
you know
like
what I mean?
I invited them too. And this was important for them to know that I'd like to hear their story, you know? So that way they can share not only with me, but share with the community. So that way others that may have experienced something similar would know exactly what to do.
That's right. And, you know, the biggest thing for Chris, I mean, there's just a great smile on his face because different people from there responded, and they
Yes.
really helped them.
It connected with him.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, that's why my dad reacts so much.
Yes.
They kind of know this PTSD, but just to hear another perspective, share, I mean, even Chris, he's very open.
Very much so.
He pretty much beat up somebody that cut in front of him because he was reacting. He couldn't control it because something activated in him, the PTSD, that made him really
Aggressive person.
aggressive. Yeah,
Yes.
and the big thing is, and he shared this. I think he said his daughter was 7 years old at that time,
Very young.
and 45 at the age of 45. She remembered the details of that situation. Like, you were going to kill the guy. You could
Yes,
have. I remember the
that
car.
left a big
it was
impact
a blue
on him.
Camaro, and so
Yes.
big deal. So we have to really pay attention, if not for us, for other people, to be able to make sure that we really deal with things that we need to deal with in our life. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And we have to also mention these the other guests here.
please do.
We have some of the other people. We had also from Parlisha Watts, her community, right?
Yes.
And I see you got one of those bracelets too. That
Jennifer Shields.
Yeah.
Garise.
Greece, yeah.
Okay. Yes, and I love the fact that she gave me one, and she's Miss United America 2019.
Yeah, and her daughter's
She's gorgeous
involved, too.
Very,
Oh, she
very
is
beautiful.
And then her family, her youngest daughter also participates. The middle daughter also participates. And this pageantry isn't a physically beautiful pageantry, but really
It's
it's
all about what they
community
have
oriented.
inside.
What's inside, the beauty
Yes.
inside. Although I think a lot of people. They just have to see the beauty from within. You know what I mean?
She was telling me how much she was a tomboy.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
she says, I was raised by my father. Mom wasn't around, right? So she says she was a tomboy completely, at her
Wow.
younger years and continued in her teens. So she had no idea whatsoever, about being a princess.
So yeah, but then she didn't think she'd win. She really didn't think
She
she'd win.
didn't think she did, but
And you know what?
She was
What's
selected.
the interesting thing about this, it's like sometimes we just don't know what can happen, And so she did win, and she got her kids involved. That's a great thing, just to build up. Like, I know Parlisha personally, and I
Yes,
understand that you
grew
went
up
to
with her.
yeah.
We were Yellow Jackets.
Right.
We went to Franklin together at the same time. Yeah.
Yes, and she was runner-up for Miss California, Miss USA pageant. But also here, she was the first African American that won the pageantry for Miss San Joaquin County.
Wow.
So that's really good, right?
Yes.
And so anyway, but if you are interested in that, we'll have to get the website. I forgot the website name, to be honest. I don't know if you have it on.
It's not
but,
on here.
yeah.
I wish it would be on the
Okay.
band, but it's not.
Right, Jennifer, we need to put it on your
Yeah,
band.
'cause
Jennifer Shields.
that way people can
Yeah.
actually get a hold of her.
And she actually has a village flower shop in Lodi, so it's
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so we can find her, but we'll get that information out. But one thing is like really good, and I like I said, Betty,
What's
I
that?
encouraged you to get involved because they don't have a Latina.
I know when she said that, I'm like,
representative here.
no
Oh, but,
representation
yeah.
for Latina women.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, but you can do
Like,
it. And you know
why?
what? Because
¿Por
if you know Betty Ramirez, I always say she's gorgeous. How do you say that in Latino?
I'm not
or
going to tell
Spanish?
you.
No, tell me. How does it do it? Okay. All right. I'll say it in Chinese. Ho lang. That means very pretty. Very pretty. Okay.
Ho lang?
Yeah. Ho lang.
Holland. Oh, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
That's
So-
simple.
Yeah. But I really enjoy just seeing the people really develop their story, And I know, Betty, just here in Stockton, you do this the reunion, which is a huge event as well. Fundraiser
For the
also
radio.
for the radio station.
That's
but it's right
right.
there on Weber Point. You know what I mean?
Yes, finally we made it there, which I think is great. On the 5th year, we made it there. So
Right.
it had been at Mickey's Grove. Then we went and took it to Oak Grove Regional Park out north from Stockton.
Yeah.
And now we landed it over here at Weber Point,
Yay.
Central Stockton, which it made it easier for a lot of people
Yeah.
in the east side and south side to be able to partake and be
Yeah,
there.
that's
part
right.
of the event.
And the station is just right off the Miracle Mile, so it's not too far.
No,
so it's
very,
really great.
very near. And I love that. That's a good move, I think. It's just a little different from the county.
Right.
And that's something that, you got to get used to.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot because having an event in the city, totally different from the county.
Yeah. Well, it's really important to get involved in the community and just really really think about what you stand for, what your life was meant to serve as.
Hmm.
And there was a story of a man, he went he went into a bar and the bartender was watching him, right?
Hmm.
And this blind man walks in, right? And he was afraid the dog would go around biting people and stuff too, right? So then all of a sudden the man that's blind picks up the dog and starts swinging the dog around. Have you ever heard of that before?
No, I haven't.
So so the man with the bar, like he's literally encircling his head, swinging the little dog around, the blind man was doing that. And then so the bartender jumped over the bar. And anyway, so there, a lot can happen, right? And he told the man something. He asked the man a question. The man answered. But the whole thing is that, see, that's part of a joke that I was going to tell you, right?
Okay, so what's
so
the punchline?
All right. Now, let me ask you this. Now, this is the whole thing. We talk about life and stuff, right? But the whole thing is that's the setup for the joke, right? That's like our life. Our life is set up with a lot of different things that happen, right?
Okay.
But without the punchline, don't you feel like incomplete?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
It's like,
the
okay.
whole thing is that we have to think what is what we call the setup, and then the second part, which you mentioned, what's that called?
The punchline.
Yeah, the setup is to highlight the punchline, right?
Okay.
So our life has a setup, but it's not really complete unless we're able to deliver the punchline, right?
Okay.
And so we all have to think about what the punchline of our life is through everything that we've gone through. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
As a
does.
good-
Mhm.
So that's really good, right?
Yes.
And so the whole thing is that's the whole setup. So you want to know the joke?
Well, finish it.
Okay,
Like,
see,
okay.
So that means that people that aren't thinking about their life, I'm intentionally prolonging it, because I want people to think about, what is the punchline of their life. But anyway, so what happens is, again, the blind man walks into the bar, takes the dog, swings it around. And so the bartender says, wait, stop. He's afraid, he didn't understand what was going on. So he jumped over the bar and said, stop. Be careful. What are you doing? And you know what the blind man says?
What is he saying?
He says, don't worry. I'm just taking a look around. All right. So there's the setup.
Very cute.
And
poor
the
little
punchline.
doggy still. He's
Yeah.
getting swung around.
Right.
But he was his eyes, right?
Yeah, and but the whole thing is that our life can take many transitions. For instance, we can transition that story. We can make that into a Chinese bar, right?
Well, of course.
And so we
Or
say
Vietnamese bar.
yeah, or Vietnamese bar because dog can say, let's
Cambodian
take a
bar.
look around. It says, and then somebody can say, hey, look, that dog has a lot of meat on it. No, there we go. No. For the animal lovers out there, I didn't mean that, right? No, but in all sincerity, there is a certain setup to our life, the story of our life, and a punchline that should be delivered. And I've been really focused on this a lot, Betty. And you know what? What I realized in going to things like this, we have to really think about what is most important in life. How do we really want to live our life, right?
Right.
If you want something, go for it.
Right.
Right? And so, would you agree with that, Betty? If you want something,
Well,
go
of course. Of course.
for it. So,
You put what's important in front of you.
right. And it's really good. I have a lot of things important in front of me. So, the whole aspect is that when we live our life, we have to really determine what is being set up for our life to be told. A lot of us have gone through situations. You're living with your mom, and bless her heart, bless your heart. Really serving as her active caregiver. My dad's in a memory clinic. A lot of people go through a lot of life's challenges, have different things that happen. What is that setting them up to be able to deliver? What is the message of their life? Isn't that powerful, Betty?
Yes, it is. Very much so.
And so I think about that. And so the whole thing is that when you see something in front of you that you want, you go for it. Right?
That's right.
Yeah. See, and that's what we teach. But I want to thank people like Mary Nicholson that puts together.
Oh,
the
she's
events,
awesome.
Like,
She
Healing
is
to
so
Motion.
awesome.
And really, it really is great. November 9th, you don't want to miss it. And a caregiver is not just somebody that is watching after an old person. Is even parents. parents are caregivers. But of course,
Right.
we relate it to people that are watching over somebody that does need real help at that time. Physical help usually.
Yes.
But parents are caregivers. Nurses are caregivers, right?
Right.
Friends sometimes serve as caregivers.
Correct.
When you're taking care of somebody. But I love the message of your show. And I love what you do, Betty. Who doesn't love Betty Ramirez, right?
Oh, it's all the shows. It's what it does
Yeah.
for the community out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have Walk the Talk here.
Yes,
but,
your show as well, you know.
But I really think about the fact that it really takes a passion to be here every day, Betty. And,
You got to have a love
Yeah,
for it,
yeah.
and this is a passion of mine.
Right.
So it's not work for me. It's just something that I
Yeah, that's
enjoy
right.
doing.
Yeah.
And so
And you make it
becomes
happen,
easy.
though. You make it happen. And so, I encourage you, if you're listening, get a chance to check out the Voice of San Joaquin .org or tvosj.org.
Correct.
And, consider what you can donate. It is the heart behind it, but the physical cash matters too.
yes, it does
right?
mean that we're a 501c3.
Yeah, that's right.
Community.
Yep. We have the fiscal sponsor,
Funded.
right?
Yes.
And so really we want to make sure that you have a chance to really contribute. And I know that we're always looking for great programs, great content as well.
Yes.
But I will tell you, I'm hats off to all the shows that are here,
all the DJs.
all the DJs, all the people that really
and all
deliver
that have a
bring it.
show here that
Yep.
have DJs that run their show as well.
That is really good,
Quite a variety.
Yep. And, as we progress in life, one thing we have to be able to hopefully make people around us feel great. One great way to do it is be a comedian. You know why? Because that's what comedians do. What do?
Make people laugh.
Make people
it's
laugh.
healing, and it is true about that because, you could come into an area where you're down and out and you walk in and all of a sudden somebody may crack a joke that just hits it, and
Right.
all of a sudden makes you laugh and giggle nonstop, and then all of a sudden you forget what you were thinking about that was weighing heavy on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's not all that bad after all. You know what? I could laugh and heal at the same time.
Right. And that's why it's really good. And so, I thought about this. I was watching a video and somebody was just talking about the fact that, there's a lot of things we cannot accomplish in life. The reality is that, can we do everything? Probably yes and no. It just depends on timing. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yes, we want to think we can do everything, but no, we have to understand what our limitations are. But guess what? Everyone can make somebody laugh.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that
Or
way.
make them feel good, even
Yeah.
with a smile, a tap, a hug, like you said.
Yeah.
Hugs are very healing.
Right.
And it's true. It's true. Sometimes you'll find people that don't like to be touched or don't like to be hugged.
Right.
But in reality, I think they find that
Mm-hmm.
it is healing
Yeah.
and it is okay.
Yeah.
But they just got to let themselves accept it, right?
Yeah. And sometimes we don't understand like somebody I used to think how could somebody not love a big beef steak? You know what I mean? Oh man, you
Beef
know what I'm
steak?
saying? Big well, hey, it could be a
Change
pork
from
steak
hugs
or
to steak, okay.
Yeah. No, but you know what? But here's the thing. What I'm saying is that, seriously, not all of us really, some people don't like to be hugged for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And it's like, we have to understand why is that, I wonder. I think touch is so very important for human kindness as a whole, right? But my point was, in terms of a big steak, how could somebody not love a steak? It's not really understanding. But then, you know what? I actually had somebody, those little worms? Like on Simba, remember the Lion King? They go the cream-filled ones.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
So somebody actually, you've seen those, the tequila
That's
lick
the
sticks or whatever.
the maguey worm that is in the tequila,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mezcal.
Right. But,
Yeah.
somebody had a bunch of them, right? And just could eat it. And then I realized, they can't understand why.
Maybe if they dip it in chocolate, maybe it's a
Yeah,
little honey.
but help me understand, because I couldn't eat that. It's really not. But some people that eat it secondary. I used to eat. I still love chicken feet, right?
Chicken feet, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like chicken feet because in American culture, what does that symbolize? But when we do it, of course, we cook it. It's really awesome. But same thing. We have to understand what is the story behind somebody that maybe they lost that sense of touch. Maybe somebody they've been through divorce, life situations. Things just happen, right?
Yes.
But I'll tell you, hugs, touch, just human interaction is so very important. That's why I say beware technology, beware the cell phone, because not all cell phone technology is good for you over a long period of time. Would you agree with that?
I agree. I think people should put away their phones, especially when they're going to have dinner time. Everyone should be able to get to the table without having to worry about their phone.
Exactly.
And interact, talk, discuss, and share, but eye contact.
Yep. Eye contact is so key. See, I have eye contact with you.
Eye contact.
By the way, Ben Ramirez has beautiful eyes.
Oh my goodness. You're going to make me blush again?
Yeah, of course.
Stop.
But I love this talk, and thank you so much for having me on. And, I know you give such great content to the community here.
Well, this is important. Not only that, but give the dates where they can attend, put out the address. The location, I know it's November the 9th.
Yeah, it's November 9th. And if you look up the Robert Cabral Agricultural Center, that's right off Arch Road. Robert Cabral, Cabral, Agricultural Center or Ag Center is just right off of Arch Road, if you know, off of 99. And you'll be going west, and then you'll see it just to the left of you. But look up Robert Cabral Ag Center, and you can go to Healings with an S, healingsinmotion.org, and you'll find more information about it. But it's so very important to be able to really get resources like this. We talked a lot about stroke because Healing's Emotion focuses on stroke, but this event is for caregivers specifically, not just stroke. So
right. We also talked about PTSD.
PTSD.
Is that something that's going to be covered as well?
Absolutely.
Good.
Matter of fact, we're talking about caregiving specifically. Yes. So who are your caregivers for? Somebody that has PTSD, somebody that has stroke, somebody that's aging, somebody that has Parkinson's, all kinds of ailments. But really we want to support the caregivers, give them tools, refresh them. There's even a pamper parlor there. There's going to be some great vendors as well for relaxation, but really solutions to help people really be able to hopefully rejuvenate themselves. I'll be emceeing it along with Carolyn A. Brent. She is a incredible author. Her stuff's in Library of Congress, top level educational institutions, and she also is a winner of a physique winner of those over 60. Okay. So she's a national physique winner as well. So I'll say she's in shape, just a little bit better than me. Don't laugh too loud.
A little bit.
Oh
better
boy.
Than you? Okay.
Poquito, right?
Okay.
This is Spanish, right? Or siu is poquito.
Poquito.
Yeah, in Chinese,
okay.
Right? Because we have to kind of blend it a little bit here just to fulfill the hashtag Latino. Great. But yeah, but it's an incredible event, and that's going to be starting at 9 a.m. registration. Everything starts at 10, November 9th. You're not going to want to miss it. That is the Inner Safari, and that's going to be at the Robert Cabral Ag Center. You can go to healingsinmotion.org for more information.
There you go. Awesome.
Great.
Awesome. Do you want to give a plug on your about your show?
Oh yeah, so we have definitely. So I actually have a show, Walk the Talk, and so you can join me. It's usually at Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. And so we give you a lot of information about business, the new economy, how to tap into the new economy, be prepared for the new economy as well, and things that are happening. Just real great candid talks on things that matter most in life: health, wellness, business, and basically what we call life support. So you're not going to want to be able to miss this, especially in the new economy. And you're going to also want to capture coming up Stockton Media and News that we're creating some articles and posts there. And so you're not going to want to miss that as well. So that's on another Facebook area, but we're also going to be feeding information here to TVOSJ from Stockton Media and News. So that's really great. So hola everybody. Hola.
Well, thank you so much for being my guest. You appreciate you. And thank you for doing what you do. Your show is awesome as well. Yeah. I love the people that you bring in. You make a difference in
Yeah.
people's lives.
And so do you as well.
So thank you.
I love it. I love the way.
Muchísimas gracias.
Yeah, Doja.
En español.
Yeah, in Chino.
En Latino.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe we could do a show on Fridays because that's when we have Latinos like to Spanglish as well. So
Oh, okay, great.
English and Spanish. We'll have fun with that. So, okay. Thank you so much. Do appreciate you.
All
You
right.
heard it right here on the voice of sanjoaquin.org. And you know what? I'm going to give you a little information on some of the events that are going to take place. But first, we are community inspired, member supported, volunteer powered. Just remember that. When a community has a voice, it has a power to shape its own destiny. Look us up, thevoiceofsanjoaquin.org, or you could also find us, thevoiceofstockton.org. Okay, so the date that you should save is December the 7th and also the 6th. Peace and Justice Network is having their 33rd annual Peaceful Holiday Fair. Okay, that's going to be between the hours of 4 and 8:30 p.m. on December the 6th. And then Saturday, December 7th, is going to begin at 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And it's going to be at the 3700 Pacific Avenue in Stockton, California, which is a Central United Methodist Church across from the UOP campus, University of Pacific. All right, so that's important. And then the other one is Stockton Yacht Club presents the Lin Han Memorial. And that is the 38th annual Delta Reflections Lighted Boat Parade. Oh, this is a good one. Every year gets better and better. So mark your calendar, Saturday, December the 7th. That's right. Saturday, December the 7th, 2019. And you can get more information on www.stocktonlightedboatparade.com. All right. Our number here to the office is 219-467-4455. If you'd like to get your information on air, all you have to do is give us a call or even drop off a little flyer about your event, about your business, or whatever it may be. Okay. 209. It is 231 Bedford Road, Stockton, California, right off the Miracle Mile in Stockton. All right. There you go. The number one more time, 209-467-4455. Oh, one more just dropped. And this one here is Nocturnal Car Club Worldwide 3rd Annual Toy Drive. This is December the 8th, 9275 Glacier Point Drive in Stockton, California, 95212. And when they're going to be accepting the toys, is going to be 8 in the morning till 4 p.m. And this is a pretty awesome car club. Nocturnal, it's called. And yes, 3rd annual toy drive. So let me know if you have an event or something that you'd like to get out there in the community so that way we could do that for you. Here's one more. This is Color and Sound. Create your own mandala painting. And this is a workshop with gong meditation and sound bath. Okay, Saturday, November the 2nd, 2019 from 2 to 5 p.m. Looks pretty affordable. It's at the Yoga Center, 2218 Pacific Avenue, Stockton, California, 95204. Sound of Shanti and soundsofshanti.com is where you can get more information. Or you could give them a call at 209-812-5103. One more. Okay. And this one here is the San Joaquin Delta College, L.H. Horton Junior Gallery, Latinx Art Beyond the Border. And this is curated by Josephine Talamantes and also Jan Marlies. And this one is, matter of fact, it already started October the 17th, but it goes to the 7th of November. So you can actually check out their artwork at their gallery today. And I'm going to give you some of the gallery exhibit hours. And that's on Tuesday, 11 to 4, Wednesday, 11 in the morning to 6:30 p.m., Thursday, the same, 11 to 6:30. Fridays, it's 11 to 1. And let's see, the 19th, that's already happened. So there you go. Yes, the reception already happened, but that's okay. It's still going on right now at the gallery, San Joaquin Delta College. Again, L.H. Horton Junior Gallery. It's in the Shima Center, 144. And that's 5151 Pacific Avenue in Stockton, California. More information on that, give them a call at 209-945-5507. Or look them up, gallery.deltacollege.edu. San Joaquin Delta College. And you'll find their works from Abraham Alvarez, Bernice Badillo, Mario Chacon, Caleb Duarte. Let's see, Ricardo Islas, Luz Lua, Aida Lizalde, Katie Reese, Vicente Telles, Hector Villegas. Villegas. Okay, there you go. And, I'm looking at some of their work, and it is superb. Hector Villegas did a piece as just, wow. You got to look at it. You got to check it out. And if the camera is on, let me see. Maybe I could bring the picture to the camera close so that way you have an idea of what the work is. Here it comes. And if you got a glimpse of that, then you know that work is beautiful and worth coming out to check it out. Okay, again, this is happening at San Joaquin Delta College. Yes, San Joaquin Delta College. Okay, another one is this one is called Lodi Rock Vember Fest, and I'm told that we've been invited to be part of the event, and this is going to be good. November 9th through the 10th, 2019, the Power of Rock, benefiting Operation Restored Warriors. So this is for the veterans. Everything that's collected is going to go to the veterans. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Saturday, Saturday from 12:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday 12:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. 2 locations, 4 stages. Oh my goodness, there's going to be a lot of bands. Of course, they're going to have Idle Beer Works and 5 Window Beer as well. Over 40 bands will be performing, and artists, yes, 20. Also, local beers and wines. Oh, they're going to have a happy hour sampling. That is between the hours of 3 and 6, so don't miss that. Okay, food trucks, and also artist pop-ups, crafts as well. Pre-sale tickets on sale now, and let's see, you could get your tickets at Rock Vember Fest 2019 point eventbrite.com. And you know what? We have, Mike Torres Jr. Band is going to be playing. Wow, I had no idea he was going to be playing there. Who else? Let's see, the Call Box, Frantic Romantic, all right, Fortress United, that's another band, Todd Morgan, the Emblems, the Gitano is tiny type, I could barely read it. The Gitanos, let's see, Family Powered Music, Funky Tim, and the Merlots. And then we also have, let's see, the Mossburns, 21B, the Washboard Monkeys. Oh my goodness, some of these names of the bands are getting crazy. Mudville Dead and Dana D. Okay. Johnny I Band. Worst Friends Forever. Okay, Josh Weiner. And we have Melanie Taylor. Let's see. Darren Fields, Chris Jerry, KT and the Sunshine Band. Okay. Pat Shoemaker. Who else do we have here? J. Mark Hamilton. And I could just go on and on. David Perry Molina is also playing. Okay, Joaquin, and let's see, we also have Runnin' Amok. Okay. Oh, they weren't lying. They say 40 bands. Okay, this is a 2-day band event, and like I said, all the proceeds are going to go towards benefiting benefiting the Operation Restored Warriors, and that's our veterans. That is so cool. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so where you can get your tickets is at rockvemberfest 2019.eventbrite.com. All right, I think I gave you enough information, but I think there's still one more or two more. Okay, Dressing Cinderella, that is the Craft Vendor Fair 2019. And this is taking place at Sherwood Mall, November the 10th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Limited vendor spaces available. Contact Ingrid at 209-470-7838. And then we have Nicole at 298-2670. So there you go. I think I covered it all. Woohoo! Oh, no, I didn't. I almost forgot. Dia de los Muertos, that's this Friday. And it's going to be at the Atherton Auditorium at, of course, the San Joaquin Delta College? Okay, you threw me. Don't do that. I'm going to get on you for that. Well,
Okay.
anyways, it's at the San Joaquin Delta College, and it's going to be November the 1st, which is this Friday. Can you see the time? It's going to be 7 p.m.,
7
right?
p.m. to
7
9 p.m.
to 9. No, 10 p.m.
No, it says to 9. It's
Oh,
at
to 9
here.
p.m. Okay, so they're going to be there celebrating and doing some beautiful performances, dance performances. One of them is La Llorona, of course, and the
Not
other
La
one is
Llorona.
Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. But this is a celebration. This is the way we celebrate our loved ones that have passed, and this is the way we remember them. And we want to keep them alive and share information about their lives to our loved ones. So yeah, this is the way the Latinos express themselves when it comes to remembering the people that we lost. And another one too, I think there is going to be an altar, and that is something else that we do. And the altar is like an offering where we bring in all the favorite things. Like, for instance, my father passed in 1996. And next year I'm going to do an altar for my father, to remember him and bring in all of his favorite things and put him on the altars and share his life story with everyone that would like to see and read it. But that's something that we do. And so I plan on doing this for next year for Daddy. And it's going to be at the Mexican Heritage Center, which I look forward to. So, and understand that that's just our way to express our love for our loved ones that have passed. Matter of fact, the Mexican Heritage Center just had their Dia de los Muertos. Let me tell you, it was packed.
Wow.
It was like 4 blocks of everything. Vendors, car show. I mean, the car show was out of there. Some of the cars that were there, when I see a vehicle, I get every angle shot. And I just take pictures until I'm done. Inside, outside, around, all angles, and even from the floor.
Wow.
From
Wow.
the
You
ground,
really go for it, don't you?
I do, because photography is something that I've always loved to do, and I express myself that way.
Right.
And then I post on Facebook, and then I say, hey, have at it the photographs, because that's something that I do to give back to the community. Mm-hmm. And it's a pleasure, too, to be able to cover some of these events that mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
And to be able to share it with individuals that for some reason or another couldn't attend. And if I can do that for you, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
See.
Yeah. Como no. So Dia de los Muertos, yeah, definitely at the San Joaquin Delta College, November the 1st. They're still selling tickets. Is there a phone number right there? Can you see it?
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm looking.
Very bottom?
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
The sign of age. We talked a lot about age. Okay, it's 209-954-5110. 209-954-5110. Okay.
Okay, and you know who came in today? You were sitting there. That was Frank Zapata, the founder of the Ballet Folklorico.
Oh,
Frank Zapata.
okay.
He
Wow.
came and dropped off some tickets
Uh-huh.
for the event.
Wow.
So we have the tickets to be able to give away, and if
That's
you
what those
wanna
tickets
be
were.
a winner, you can call up, write this number down, 209-467-4455. And if you can't call right now, you can call later and leave it on the recording and say your name and give me your answer. Who is La Llorona? Who is La Llorona? And why does she cry?
Wow. I don't know. I'm trying to translate La
Why
Llorona.
does she cry?
Yeah. Why does she cry?
Exactly.
That is, I've been thinking about that. I knew I could come here for answers. That's what your show's all about.
But we got to have another question. So another question for the winners out there that would like to win a ticket to this beautiful event, Dia de los Muertos, of course. And you know what? Who is La Raza Association is the one that's actually sponsoring it. And La Raza Association, I had Claudia Navarro call in yesterday, and we spoke about the organization and why it started and when it started. And it started in 92, and she was telling me that it was the students that actually did that.
Wow.
And it was the students that knew what they went through at the time while they were getting their education and thought, what can we do to make it easier for the next student coming through? And they decided, you know what, let's form a nonprofit organization And let's raise funds to give out becas. And becas are scholarships, you know?
Oh, Becca's?
Becas.
Okay,
And so I
good.
thought that is so cool. And she says, and that's the reason why we decided to do it. And not only that, but to also help other students that are in our shoes that were, you know, when they had gone through, because they didn't have the help that students are getting the help today.
Yeah.
And now that they have a beautiful Dreamers Success
Wow.
Center, they're there to be able to help students that want an education. In the DACA, in the Dreamers, you know, undocumented, it's there to help out these students. And I say, yay! I say,
Yay.
bravo, bravo, because this is something that is so needed. And to know that these students from Yo Soy and Mechistas did this, wow. I applaud them. I applaud them because it shows that, you know, they're go-getters. They're the type of students that are leaders. This is our future. And
Yep.
so for them to be able to do what they do and share information and pass it down and help out other students, you know, to get an education for themselves, you know, to continue maybe at a university, and continue their career in education, that is so awesome. So
Yeah,
I
that
applaud
is.
them, and you know that is who is behind this Dia de los Muertos. And for what she told me too, in the morning they're going to have a breakfast, and it's going to be pozole.
Pozole.
It's
I
like
love
a
pozole.
stew, and it's so
Everyone
delish.
loves pozole.
It's delish. My mouth is already watering.
Does that work? I'm a
Delicioso.
pozole. You're a pozole. Would you like to be a pozole too?
Pozole.
Flashback.
So, pozole is what they're going to serve that morning. So you are more than welcome to come on out. And, you know, it's not bad. I'm not going to give you the price, but it's affordable and it's for a good cause. So,
Yep.
yeah, 7, 8 in the
Yes.
morning, they're going to be serving their breakfast tempranito en la mañana. So that way you can come on over and sit down and have the breakfast or take it home and enjoy it. And then come back and enjoy the Dia de los Muertos in the evening, starting at 7, right? And there, for what I was told, you know, they're going to put out a great performance. And not only that, but I actually interviewed some of the students and a young director that is
Yay.
directing it today, and he's so proud. They want to come back. They want to come back and do another interview. I'm like, okay, something else must be in the making or up their sleeve that they want to share about the performance. So I told Frank, you know, let them know that yes, on Friday, if they're, well, you know what, Friday would be too late. So it'd have to be a Wednesday or a Thursday, at least a day before, 2 days before the event. So I'm going to work on that and let them know that, yes, they have their airtime if they want it, because this is a community radio station and it is theirs. It's theirs. It's their voice. And they love it. They love coming here. They love sharing. They love the experience of being on radio.
Right.
Not only that, but when they came, I gave them a real quick tour and a lesson.
See.
And they were like, wow, this is neat. I'm really interested in radio. I'm like, okay, good. Now, when you finish Delta, continue your 4-year university year, you could go. I mean, I ended up going to Cal State Hayward, which is East Bay today. Still don't like the fact that they changed the name. That still bothers me. But anyways, they could do that and come back and run the radio show here and create their own shows. So I always tell them, I'm the bridge, use me. So here you go. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is
When
very
you have
cool.
the students wanting to come.
Yeah, you know what? This is great when we can inspire the youth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, yes,
they're our
come.
future.
And you know, this is one of the few remaining truly community-based radio stations
That's
that really
right.
covers the content and the width
Not
that
commercial.
we cover. You know? Yeah. Right. And by the way,
People
visit. no commercial, right?
No, well,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was gonna say. By the way, visit. No, I'm just kidding. But there's a lot of good local supporting
Heck yeah.
entities here. Definitely, you know.
Yeah, and then plus you'd be visiting the Miracle Mile, La Mia de Milagros. There's so many boutiques up and down here. There's a really nice stores
Right.
and restaurants as well.
Yeah.
So
There's some
it'd
really
be a
great
good experience
Yeah.
for them to come on out and visit
Yeah.
the Miracle Mile, La Mia
Yeah.
de Milagros. I
Yeah.
love saying that in
They have
Spanish.
a lot of things. You have Werlo's right across the street. You know.
And they're constantly inviting musicians to come on out and jam.
Right.
And they do. We got some of the really top musicians that just
Yeah.
come in just to
Yeah.
sit in. And if they want to
Yeah.
play for an hour, they get down. And let me tell you, people that are there having their dinner are really entertained and enjoy the heck out of it.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So I love it. I love the fact that they do that. I love the fact that we have a restaurant that does that for the community here in Stockton. You want to go have, a nice dinner with some nice music in the
Yeah.
background, community, local musicians. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I like it.
And take the opportunity while you can. I mean, Betty, remember we went to that Saigon restaurant? We were saying, "Oh yeah, that one Thai restaurant." Okay, whatever. Thai, Vietnamese, all Asian flavors are the same
I'd
to
say,
a Latina, right?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No reason to be sorry. But
The dish wasn't as good as last time. I have
Yeah.
to be honest. The first time when I ate there, it was delicious.
Delish,
Second
that's what
time,
you said.
delish. Second time, I was like, okay. Could have been a little better,
Yeah.
I think. But
And-
it
but
was
this
was
is the
worth trying
power of
something
Betty
different.
Ramirez's voice. Guess what happened?
What happened?
Remember a week after that, it
Yes.
was in the paper. They shut down. Remember, they closed.
They shut
remember?
down?
Yeah, it wasn't because of you, but in all sincerity, my point was, that was a great restaurant. It's been here several years, and all of a sudden, it was gone. It shut down. Did you know that?
No, I did
Yeah,
not.
it was big. Actually, yeah. If you go up there, it's gone. Vámonos. Is that right? Vámonos.
Vámonos,
Yeah.
let's go.
Oh, okay.
Cerrado.
what?
Cerrado means closed.
Cerrato. Cerrato.
Cerrado. You got
Cerrato.
Yeah, I gotta roll that R.
Cerrato.
Cerrado.
Cerrato.
Cerrado.
Cerrato. So, okay. But
That's
learn
Spanish lesson
Chinese
of the
and
day.
speak English. Yeah, thank you, Cerrato. But no, seriously, so it shut down. So, yep. And so what I'm saying is that, experience things while they're around. Definitely. You don't really
Yes.
know what's going to happen, but look at it as an adventure. It is an adventure. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
it is.
Definitely.
And Stockton has a lot to offer, and I tell
Yeah.
everybody, you know what? Local, shop local.
Yeah. No, she
Take
said
care of-
local with
Not
an
local,
L, guys, not local.
local.
Yeah. It's like-
Shop
yeah.
local, and let's support our mom and
Yeah.
pop stores.
Right.
It's important,
Yeah.
imperative that we do that.
So can we open up a store?
Importante.
Importante. Another
Oh,
Latino
let's
word.
call it importante.
Yeah, importante. Hey, I got it. Importante. Yo. Well, you know what? So we can open up another. You know what? We can open up in a restaurant. We could call it
Latino.
hashtag Latino. We could call Latino. That would work. No, but I was
Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Spanish on one end, and then what? Chinese on the other.
yeah, that's right. Like I said, the what do we call it? Sweet and sour burrito.
What do
The
you call it?
Chinese invented the burrito and the spaghetti. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. That's for when we take issue with each other here, Latino versus Asian. But that's a whole other thing, because we're going to be talking about what? Hashtag Latino. But no. But I was thinking we could open up a store. Now, would this be a violation if we open up, call it El Pollo Loco, local? El Pollo Local,
No, because then you're using no.
think that's a good
It would
play on
have to
words.
be completely original, because then everybody
Oh.
would think it's El Pollo Loco. It's
No, that's the whole point. We
No.
could leverage the branding there.
No.
El Pollo Local. That means local chickens. Local chickens, right?
Oh, okay. If you
Okay.
say so.
Whatever.
Pollito.
So. She says say so. So.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
So.
¿qué más?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's German, by the way. I'm sorry. Wrong language, wrong show.
Okay, so do you have an event that you would like to share besides what we've been talking about? Because, of course, I covered a lot of events here.
Yeah. Well, I think that covers the major events for the year here. A lot of the things. There are a lot of things going on. I'll be updating you more later as well. But I do want to really encourage for people to think about just why the holidays are happening. And, for a lot of people, it's going to be a great time, especially the kids, because they get all the gifts. But, for a lot of people, be mindful. The holidays can be a hard time for some people, too,
Yes.
Whether they're older, they have loved ones that are not around anymore. But just be mindful of that. You know what? Giving people a big hug, or just really acknowledging them. Doing
Like I said
something,
earlier, a smile,
a smile,
a hug,
yeah, $1 million,
even a touch in the hand, $1 million.
$1
Oh,
that would make somebody
hey.
really happy.
I could use that.
Yeah, I don't care if it's momentary. We'll use it. they have that one. There's a song, Weird Al Yankovic. You know him?
Okay.
He says he also is not Latino or Chinese, just like Yankovic. But his song says, "You're dead for a real long time. I guess you can't prevent it. Wait, they say, I have this.
You can sing it.
Wait. It says they're dead for a real long time. I guess you can't prevent it. They say money can't buy happiness. I guess I'll have to rent it. Anyway, so money can't buy happiness, but hey, it can rent it for quite a long time if you have a lot of money. Okay. No, but I'm just throwing it out there just to make people think about the importance of money, though.
Okay.
You know, it's because you know why? Because this is a time.
Yes.
I really, you know, when you go to the casinos, they say responsible gambling, responsible spending. To please limit the debt you get into during this holiday.
Yeah, especially
season,
during the holiday, right?
Right. You know, if you're married, you know that wonderful diamond dinner. Just get her a balloon. Walk a balloon around the park. You'll feel a lot better, right? You're having
In other words, do
much.
something that doesn't require money.
Yeah.
Just, just something like a walk at the lake.
Yeah.
You know.
I actually did do that one
right?
time, a long time ago. I bought a balloon. And for a date, walked the balloon around the lake. It cost me less than $3. And you know what? We were able to go out to a nice dinner afterwards.
Well, there you go. You're able to afford the dinner, right?
That's right. That was many years ago, though.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think something spontaneous is always something that keeps, you know, relationships or marriages going, you know, because it's something out of the ordinary. You know, sometimes the relationship, I guess, can get a little stale or the husband doesn't want to go out because he's too comfortable on the couch, right? You know,
Right.
I got to say this. Guys, you know, women love to dance.
Oh, boy.
And when the husband takes her out to dance, you make her feel like a princess. You make her feel extra special.
Yeah.
Why? Because you took the time to learn to dance and get out there and, you know, wine and dine her.
Oh, you know what?
And women love that, you know, especially if a man's not afraid to get up and dance, you know.
Is that how we win women's
how
hearts?
expensive is that? That's not expensive at all. What, $10 to come in maybe to a club where you can dance. Dance has always been something that I've always loved ever since a kid. Ever since I could remember, you know, I would be in front of the TV, you know, watching Soul Train. Soul Train.
We got that. Hey, you know what, though?
And then the other one was what?
What
was the other one?
American Bandstand.
American Bandstand.
Yeah. Right?
Bandstand. Yeah, that was the other one good. With... What was his name? Was Bob?
Oh no, Dick Clark.
Dick Clark. You're right.
And just for clarity, so we don't confuse people, neither of those are really Latino or Chinese focused. Soul Train was not Chinese or Latino focused. I'm just telling you.
You'd be surprised.
Was not Latino or Chinese
You'd
focused.
be surprised. I mean, it was a mixture, especially Soul Train.
It was Asian. But we got a little soul. But, you know, I think there was different. But I love Soul Train. Wait, no.
We need to start.
Real quick. I don't know. Wait, I don't know what.
Like that.
Let's do it.
What do you think?
The Chinese, the hashtag Latino Soul Train. Would that be awesome?
That would be totally different.
Yeah.
Out of this world. But you know,
Soul Train with salsa.
It's so needed. You know, you have these.
You have
these places where they teach you how to dance and all. Okay, great. You know, what good is that? Learning all these different dances if you can't find a place where you can dance, right? So if you have a place where you can go when we were at and express yourself and dance, then hey.
I remember something when we were at the hotel. You heard some music. You just started dancing.
Wherever I hear good music, I just automatically start to dance. And people will look at me and all of a sudden they start to smile.
I looked at
and
you
then before I know it, they're moving and I said, you know what? Join me. Let's just dance. This song is just too good not to dance.
You know, and I remember seeing you dance there, you know, and someone was walking by and you know what I said? I said, don't worry, we have to check her back in at 8. Let her have her fun. No, I'm just kidding.
I just looked at you like, what?
I'm just messing with you.
Well, one thing I did tell my girls, and this is something that is real. I said, they said to me, Mom, what do you want for your birthday?
What do you want for your birthday,
What
Mom?
do I want for my birthday? I've got it. I've got my girls for my birthday. You are my gifts. And Mom, I'll say, okay, this is what I want, but you got to do it. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay. So you asked me what I want. So this is what I want. Come the day of my birthday at so time, I want you to drop everything wherever you're at. Right? And I want you to dance with me.
Wow.
with music or without.
Dance with me. Yeah,
And
1, 2,
you got to
3,
do it. If
partner,
that's what you want
can't you
to,
see?
you want to give me something, that's what you can do. We can all dance at
Yeah.
the same time.
Okay.
And they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They did it. One was at a grocery store, another was with a friend, and the other one was like, and it touched me because even though my girls are so far away,
Mm-hmm.
still able to connect with them.
We
From a
almost do.
distance.
I hear tears coming.
And, yeah, I miss them.
Yeah. I saw a picture of you and your girls. You guys went to the beach,
Yes, that was
And-
our trip to Disneyland because I promised them that we were going to go.
Yeah. So
Someday.
20 years later. No, just kidding. But no.
Don't laugh because
yeah.
it was true.
Oh, are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I wanted to take them when they were small, but couldn't do it.
Yeah.
There was too many other things
Well,
we had to deal with, and
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and I was able to do that 2 and 3 years ago,
Right.
and I promised them,
Yeah.
but I wanted to take them when they were small.
Well, one thing that I think is really important. I will tell you, I feel like I have a lot to learn about being a parent, and I feel like I could have done better. And we could talk about that, but some lessons are deeper than others. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we have to really remember the things that are most important to us. And I look at you, Betty. I look at you. You always talk about your daughters. It's always about your
Always, they're my
That's
life.
awesome.
They're my life. They're my babies.
And yeah, and
They'll
so,
always be my babies.
I know,
they're
know.
26, 25,
Right. Yeah.
21. They're still my babies.
Right.
They
And
mean the world to me.
it's really incredible. And it's really good to never take. It's really interesting because even my mom's funeral, the song we played was called "I Hope You Dance."
Aw.
You remember that song?
Yes, I do.
Now, I got to pull up the words here.
Yes,
I know
I
you can share some
do.
things,
I
but
do
gotta,
recall
Is it okay
that.
if I pull up the words here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's just the words are just so incredible and awesome. This
So-
is okay. Go ahead. Sue, go
Now,
ahead.
while you're looking,
Mhm.
so that Disney trip, it turned out to be wonderful because we all connected.
Aw.
We all had quality time, and it was one of the most important meetings ever. So I'm glad I was able to do that for them because they hadn't still gone to Disneyland for what I've
Mhm.
known.
Wow.
So for us to do that together, they even said to me, "Wow, Mom, even though it was in our 20s, you still did it. You still did it,
Mhm.
because I brought them out and I paid for everything and made sure that they were taken care of, so that way they wouldn't have to pay anything whatsoever,
Mhm.
and made it a trip, made it one of the most important quality family time spent. And then we ended up going to the beach, Huntington Beach, and we all swam in the ocean. And Sierra, my firstborn, quite the swimmer.
Mm.
She loved it, and we all had a good time on the beach.
Wow.
Well, but it was a healing time for all of us
Mhm.
because things happen,
Yeah.
divorces happen, and
it's funny.
that hurts.
Is it okay if I read this? It's funny
Yes.
you mentioned just what you said. Divorces happen, things happen, right? But the whole thing is, I've been through one. I know you've been through one as well. But the whole thing is this song, and I'm going to share how the song relates here. It says, now we played this during my mom's funeral because she was very simple, and she had her grandsons, put her through the ocean. She's never stepped into the ocean before, so she
Wow.
looked very innocent.
Oh my
And there was
goodness!
a picture they have of her. Oh, I can't remember that. It brings tears to my eyes
Oh.
thinking about it. But it says, and this is for any of us that really have lost somebody, and I'll share with you the meaning of the song. But it says, I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance, and when you get the chance, to sit it out or dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more, just more than just a passing glance. And when I get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. And so, isn't that a beautiful song?
That is beautiful.
And you know, I was
Love
just
it.
looking here. There was just something. It says, you know, it's kind of interesting because there was a fact here. I'm trying to find it here. I let it known that this okay is really interesting because it says, you know, now that you know the word, it says, "I Hope You Dance" was written by Tia Silvers and Mark Sanders. Sillers explained that she was going through a painful divorce when she wrote the song. Said Sillers, "For I Hope You Dance, I had written the opening line, I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. I had just broken up with someone going through a brutal divorce. I needed to get away, so I went to a beach on the Florida Gulf Coast, sitting on the beach and reflecting about the breakup. I felt so small and non-sequential, but out of the difficult time came the inspiration to write I Hope You Dance. As I was leaving the beach, I remember thinking the things weren't really so bad, but that I would get through it. That's when I came up with the line, I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean." This song is about taking chances and not being afraid to try something new. And so, really, I think everything is a dance. And it's funny that you brought it up, and you actually brought up, you know, the D word, right? Not the divorce dance, but you know what? It's really interesting how things happen, isn't it?
Yes.
No, isn't it really interesting, Betty?
Yes, it is.
And, you know, the whole thing is I hope that, you know, going through it, you know, many people are going to go through some trying times during this holiday, the reality.
It's always
And
the
so-
most difficult.
Yeah, but think of the word, you know,
Holidays.
I hope you never lose that sense of wonder. You know, just really when you feel like you're going to give up, just reconsider. You know, just those things, you know, just really give things a fighting chance. And that's the only way really to be living life, you know, a life worth living, living life to the full. All those great statements, they sound great, but sometimes they're hard to execute. So
That's when upstairs Mr.
That's
Right
right.
comes in.
But I think, you know, just this whole concept of I Hope You Dance is so powerful. And it's funny because it all started because what? You said you love to dance,
Love
and
to
you were
dance.
giving guys that seriously, guys. It depends though. If you really can't dance, you might not want to take her to dance. I don't know, but there's some good advice for you.
I say you never give up.
That's-
Keep trying
That's
until you
some
get it.
good.
You don't have to be a pro at
yeah.
it. Just as
That's
long
some
as
good.
you can,
That's
you
a
know,
good. That's a good.
move a little bit, do
thing,
little
yeah.
steps here, you know, as long
Yeah.
as you can, you know,
Yeah.
continue with your
Yeah, but that's some good
girlfriend.
things, you know, and you know, just in terms of, you know, from a man's point of view, you know, I will tell you what a man really loves. A woman, you know, now you want somebody that is, you know, in general, when I say put together, I'm not just saying physically. I just mean like, you know, you want to make sure that people are through whatever they're through emotionally, you know, to some degree. You know what I mean? But for the woman to find the right man, my piece of advice would be, you know, really find somebody that really wants the woman that you want to be. I mean, you know, that's really it, because they've got to love you for who you are, right?
That's right.
And you know what? And be confident. I will tell you, men in general, the people, my friends, we talk about it. The ones that I would say if I was a woman, which I'm not, okay, but that I would say, you know, this would be a great guy for, you know, some of my friends are great guys for people, you know, but they really like confident women. They like women that have their own substance, have their own character, personality. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But also somebody who doesn't feel like they need to overcompensate either. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But just somebody that feels comfortable in their own skin. Just be you.
Mm-hmm.
How's that for advice? Is that good advice?
That's great advice.
And if they can't take you for being you, guess what? Just move it along, right? And I see so many people settling for less. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Never settle for less. But look for that man, whatever your dream is. Don't say, well, that may never come. I guess I might as well. No. Go for what you feel like is good. But a good, confident woman, is something. But more importantly than just confidence, just being able to be yourself. Somebody that loves you for who you are. That is somebody that's really attractive to a lot of men. You know what I mean?
That is gold. Yeah, that is gold. And that's why, dance should always be in people's lives.
Yeah. You notice how she
Whether
kind of
you
put
have
it in there,
two
guys.
left feet or not, it should always be there.
Right.
Because that's to me an expression of love. And when I asked my girls to do that, and they did it, they dropped everything, whatever they were doing, wherever they were at, and they danced with Mama.
Yeah. Well,
far away.
Yeah. Well, Leanne,
because they were in Colorado, and of course, I live here in California, hometown Stockton.
Wow. Now, do all your girls live out there? No.
Two of them live in Colorado. My little one, I'm raising, and of course, she's right now she's still a student, and she's doing good. She's hanging in there. She's experiencing some really tough times, but she's still going for it.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, babe, it's not going to get easier. It's going to get tougher. So you got to toughen up.
That's right.
Well, she says, Mom, this is hard.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Well, let me see.
You could do it.
All
you
right.
got
So
it.
you like dancing, right? Okay.
Yes,
Let's see
I've
what
always
songs.
loved to
Let's
dance.
see what songs we can come up with the word dance. All right, you start.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
With the word,
bring it. Come on.
Dance.
Yeah. This is kind of, yeah. Okay, go for it.
With the word dance.
Yes.
Dance, dance, dance.
Okay, that's a real one, right? Okay, and I'll throw out there we cannot use. I hope you dance because we talked about it. Okay, but we can use the Bee Gees' favorite, which is you could be dancing. There you go.
You could be dancing. Yeah. Okay.
So what's the next song you have?
Okay. Another one. Can it be in Espanol?
Sure. If it has the word dance.
Baila conmigo.
Vayos con Dios. Okay. Well, you know what, though? But you know what? We will have the hashtag Latino. We will have some fun things, if we get it off the ground here, right?
Okay.
That should be fun. We can have
it's supposed to be sort of comical.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be uplifting, right?
Right. Like there's a statement, right? Dance can mean a lot of things, right? We can play it on the word dance. And then we could have you bring on your favorite Latino, and I'll bring on my favorite I was gonna say Latino, but it have to be Asian, Chino, and then we can have some great healthy competition. It'd be fun.
Okay, or you know what? There's something else too. We need to get the community involved. So anybody that would like to suggest something along that line, you can always get a hold of me on Facebook and write down your idea and say, what do you think of this? This may be something that we can add. Right? Yeah. And also you could put out your information too so that we could do the same for you.
Jim T. Chong, and you'll see it say the Walk Star. Jim T. Chong, and let us know what you think, because we're emerging. We've been percolating this hashtag Latino thing for a while, and I think we could do this, right?
I think so too. And like I was saying, Stockton needs something like this.
We're gonna have
the dance
fun,
thing. I like only because there's so many people out there that love to express themselves in dance.
Right, like David Bowie. Remember what he said?
David Bowie.
Remember what he said?
What did he say?
He said, "Let's dance."
Let's dance. Yes, he did. And that was a hit song.
That was right.
I loved. I even loved him. I'm like, okay, his face, his features, something about the way they photographed him.
Yeah. And there is a very popular song by, if you remember her, hopefully you all remember this, Donna Summer.
Yes.
That was Last
Dance.
Now, here's the interesting thing. Who wrote Last Dance?
Donna Summers did not write it.
Want me to tell you? Think about it. Wait. No.
You got me on that one.
No, actually, my Latino, because I was speaking Spanish and English, and I was getting so confused in this trilingual program. No, actually, incorrect. The Dim All the Lights sorry, that was by Donna Summer.
Okay.
I don't know
yes.
why. Yeah, my senior moments are coming out. Who am I? What am I doing here? Are you
Donna
what's your
Summers
name?
is a hit
Okay,
too.
Yeah, but
You know?
okay, but we were talking about the word dance, but,
Right.
so it doesn't apply here. But I thought this was interesting. There's that song, "Dim All the Lights." Remember
Dim
that?
All the Lights. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Now,
I do
who wrote
recall
that?
I don't know who wrote it.
It was actually Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart. Okay.
Yep. Dim all the lights, sweet darling.
Okay.
Isn't that- Yep.
Okay.
Rod Stewart.
That's cool to know. All
Yeah.
right. So community, please give your, ideas of what
Yeah.
you think may be able
Yeah.
to work
Yeah.
along with us. Any
Yeah.
suggestions
Right.
we would love.
Because we need a show.
We need a show,
Yeah,
yes.
We need a show called hashtag
Latino.
Latino. And here's the thing. If you don't come up with it, if it's going to be all burritos, chow mein, and fried rice, if we don't have lumpia in it, because no one that is Filipino called, right? If we don't have any bratwurst in there, because no one German gave any ideas, right?
Right.
If we don't have any greens in there, no one African American called, right? So
Okay,
we
or
want
soul food,
or
right?
soul food,
Uh-huh.
right? Or if we don't, if we don't have any brusca. What's brusca?
Or Italiano.
Oh, Italiano. Yeah.
Italiano's
Yeah.
another one.
By the way, the Chinese
A
also
Greek.
invented the spaghetti.
The spaghetti,
Yeah,
the
or
pasta.
Greek, right? Yeah, pasta. But we want to really talk about this. This is what we get. No, but we're very serious guys, right? Are we serious?
Serious,
Yeah.
But you're talking about foods too, and we're making
Okay,
jokes
see,
about the type
yeah.
of foods. But this is
Food
where
is
we
good.
can actually come in and start getting other restaurants involved. And I'm talking all the new, because there's a lot of new restaurants that are
There's a
popping
lot
up.
of new
And when they
restaurants.
pop up like that, that means we should pop in, right?
Yeah, that's right.
They pop up, pop in.
Yeah, I like
so
it. I like it.
Pop up, pop
Yeah,
in, so that
yeah.
we can interview them and introduce them to the
Yeah.
community and introduce their menu.
Yeah,
Introduce their dish.
That's right.
Because
That'd
it could be
good.
delish. The dish that is delish.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, I got to write this one
Popcorn
down.
excluded. Popcorn excluded.
Dish that is delish.
Dish
Okay.
that is delish.
Dish.
Yep.
So that works, right?
Yep.
Dish
Absolutely.
That is delish.
Yep.
What was the other one? Pop up?
Yeah. Well, you were talking about pop up. Yeah, you can scratch that one. That one was
Pop up,
Yeah. Pop up,
pop in.
pop in. That's it. Pop
Okay,
up, pop in. Yep.
That's just okay.
When it
One or
pops
the other.
up
I don't
or
know.
pop
Community
in.
should decide which one sounds better.
Yep.
And
yep.
if the community decides dish, that is delish, or pop up, pop in,
Yep.
because everything is popping up. And right now there is more pop-ups all over the place
Okay,
because
right.
when you have an event, you have vendors
Right.
that come in with their different foods
Right,
and they pop it up and they're there.
They're there. Yeah.
They're there.
I like Yolanda's tamales. Right.
Oh, Yolanda's tamales
Are
are
they still
awesome.
around?
They're still around.
good.
Yes, they still are. And they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Their bake shop turned
Yeah.
out to be a restaurant.
Wow.
Almost full-blown restaurant
Wow.
now. They have a full menu.
Well,
Breakfast is delicious.
we
over
can
there.
cover food. We can cover, we alluded to comedy, the setup, the punchline of our life, all that. But you know what? We can have comedy, right? Like we can here comes Betty Ramirez. And then I'd love to see you crack some good jokes. Okay, look, here's the thing. Martial arts is known for big things. Bruce Lee made these really popular. What are they called? They're called the nunchucks, right?
Do you know that I learned how to do the nunchucks
Are you
at
serious?
a young age? Boy, I was good. I was just going all over.
Yeah.
Till clunk, it
Yeah.
hits you on the head, then you don't want to do it anymore.
Right. But then you can have the Asian version of there's that one thing. Remember the old statement, keep on trucking? The
Keep
Asian
on
version
trucking,
could be
yes.
keep on chucking.
Keep
You
on
know?
chucking.
Does that work? All right, okay, hey, no, Betty, okay. What do you call those sticks? You know those strings that tie to they're called nunchucks, made famous by
Bruce Lee. Yes.
Okay. So then if you have two trucks on them, what do you call them? You call them
Nunchucks.
Yeah, right? And if you have fowl, not chicken, but the other type of thing, you call those numb ducks.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Does that work?
Yeah, kind of,
All
sort of.
right, but if you have chickens on the end, you know what you call them? You call those numb clucks, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Numclucks. Okay.
Yeah. And for the Irish,
Clucks.
it's numb lucks. If you have two lucky things.
Goodness.
Does that work?
You're creative.
Does
You're
that work,
creative
though?
with your
Does that
words.
work?
It
Does that work?
works.
Okay.
It works.
And if you have $2 on the end, what do you call them? You call
$2.
those numb bucks.
Numbucks.
Right? That will work, right?
Okay.
Okay. That's
Okay.
good. I think that'll work. All right. But see, look, we can keep it going all night long. And you know, we could have Betty Ramirez present her. See, that's kind of Asian and feel. You know why it's more. I would consider that more of an Asian joke than a Latino joke. You know why?
Why? Because the Asians are what?
No, because they have the nunchucks, right? Yeah.
Because they have the nunchucks.
And because there's no salsa. Anything that's no salsa can't be Latino. Because in the Latino culture, everything has to have salsa, right?
Oh, wait a minute. You guys also have some pretty good...
dip, but they don't call it salsa. We've never heard of Asian
I'm sorry,
salsa.
you're using a chile. It's just a different type of chile.
Yeah, but we don't call it chile. We call it chili.
Chili.
You know, look, do you ever have... No, look.
So we can talk about the different type of chiles, chilitos.
Yeah, but you know, you never hear
habaneros,
an Asian person say
serranos,
"Casa Chile."
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos. We go jalapenos. We're very to the point. We don't have that fancy, seductive accent. Jalapenos. We call it, "Hey, give me the jalapenos." We take all the fanciness out of it.
Or dame la salsa or el picadillo.
A picadillo.
Okay.
Picadillo
is another one. Yeah.
Picadillo.
Yeah, it's got everything. Oh, it's fresh. You put that on anything, it tastes good. Everything and anything. There's garlic.
What's picadillo mean?
Picadillo, it means everything is chopped up to really fine little pieces. From the chili, could be any type of chili that you want to include in there.
Well, then what does it mean to say Vayos con Dios?
Vaya con Dios, go with God.
Okay, how did we get Dios?
That has nothing to do with picadillo, so stop. Oh my goodness.
I thought the Dios means God, right?
Picadillo means
Dilo.
It's cut up finely chopped.
Right.
And you have cilantro in there. You have, all these different tomatoes, and depending on what type of tomatoes, it could be the small tomatillo. It could be the Italian or Romano tomatoes or different type of tomato, even cherry tomatoes.
Wow.
It just depends on how you make your salsa.
Good.
And that's why the salsa thing is a hit every time that we have our event. We got to, again, come on, people, women, ladies, we got to get our salsa belt back. Again, for the fourth year, a male won the salsa contest. And so I think the
Asian people are going to bring the Asian salsa, so named, right? We're gonna that would be kind of embarrassing if you had somebody from a whole different culture come and create a salsa.
I don't think it would be embarrassing. I think it would be
your heritage.
No, but I think this would be the beginning of something new.
International. Yeah, that could be coming. But you know what? Yeah, and that we can do international. Food is always international. But you know what?
We need to move on that too.
We do.
We do.
Can we move like Jagger?
Okay.
That
move
song.
That's a good song
we got
too.
you singing.
That's a good one.
Don't get
that
the rhythm going too much, otherwise Betty be bouncing.
That is
You'll be hearing
one.
the mic go like this. It'll be popping. But you know what? Hey, I got it. And
so
we start
some
game shows. Hashtag, what is it? Hashtag Latino game show.
Game shows.
I know what we could call it. We could call it Picadillo.
Picadillo?
Picadillo. Let's make a dealo.
Let's make a dealo.
Does that work?
Let's make a dealo. A dealo.
Dealo? No, but no, wait. It works. Just think about it. We talked about, what did we talk about, Betty? Hashtag Latino. No, think about Picadillo. Okay. Lo is an Asian name. Dilo.
Picadillo.
Yeah, because Lo is the last name, right? Lo. Does that work?
No, because...
No. Let's make a dealo.
Because you're making a deal that is low. Low.
Let's make a dealo.
Nah, let's find it different.
Yeah. Well, they have the now I don't know, cannabis is not really Mexican, is it?
You'd be surprised. Even I think in Mexico,
there could be another. See, we're doing this. We can
marijuana. I know
marijuana.
Mari. I had a girlfriend, and somebody approached us in Colorado, and this is a true story. Me and my girlfriend, we're running the town, right? We're doing all sorts of things.
You know why Asian people run the town? Because they don't let us drive. Anyway, go ahead.
So my girlfriend has. She has a business. She loves to do income tax. And I said, okay. A gentleman approached us both. And he said, how would you like to be the very first females to be able to own a big marijuana farm, and run the business? You'd be the first. And we thought about it, and I said, Mari. And she says, what? She says, darn, you got the name, girl. And then she says, what? She says, you got the name, marijuana, because her name is Maricela. And I made a joke about that. I said, you got the perfect name for a girl, so if you were to go for it, we'll be billionaires, right? We laughed about it. She says, let's do it. And I'm like, I don't know. If I'm to run something like that, I will never smoke this stuff, and I'm not sure if I would feel safe to do it. Because, and then she says, well, let's think about it. Okay, so we were thinking about it.
Well,
it never happened, but the guy ended up getting somebody else. And right now they're running the farm and, got into big bucks.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I said, that's something we could have done, but we didn't.
Are they still free people? Are they free?
Do you know Colorado was the first?
Yeah. Yeah.
The very first. So we would have been right up there if we had done it.
Okay.
But we didn't because I moved out of there. And next thing I know, I'm coming home.
So that's kind of, well, same thing, right? See, this could be another one for hashtag Latino. No, look, no, listen. An old stock market tip. You know what that is?
What is it? What is it?
Especially when talking about marijuana with THC.
Marijuana.
We say
THC.
buy high,
sell low.
See,
buy high,
still
sell
works.
low.
That's hashtag Latino, right?
Hashtag Latino.
Latino.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so it looks to me like we have 4 more minutes to go, so we better say our goodbyes.
Okay.
Yes, our farewells.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye, farewell, avidas, goodbye. No, I'm sorry, that's a different language. I keep bringing up these other languages.
Yeah, but they kind of flow. So, even though you are bringing them up, that's okay. I kind of like where this is going because at least it's giving the community a chance to participate in our ideas here, wild hair ideas that may work.
Will they ever let a Latino and an Asian guy get together again? No, I think you guys can handle it. But you know what? Seriously, we have been talking about putting together a show called hashtag Latino. And we want to put, think about all the wonderful things, the culminating things that can happen, people that can do math and dance at the same time.
Heck yeah, and then eat a burrito and a...
but although the Asians did invent the burrito first, right?
The egg roll?
It was, the egg roll.
Wait a minute, no. No, the Mexicans invented the burrito first.
Did they really?
Yes.
Well, they called it a burrito.
It was with the flour tortilla.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
The burrito, no.
Yeah.
It was called the flauta.
Okay.
It was
the
roll tight. Flauta.
Flauta. I love flauta.
O-U-T.
I love flauta.
Hey, flauta.
Flauta. So
that is a corn tortilla that's rolled with a little bit of meat in the center, rolled tight, and deep fried. And so that looks just like a lumpia. It looks just like an egg,
just like
egg roll.
Lumpia. Notice
just
she's
like an egg
comparing
roll.
it to that. That means the lumpia was there first. So
no.
That's
a burrito.
The burrito.
The burrito was created by the Mexicanos.
So we're
gonna have to go round around on that.
Yeah.
But seriously, community, if you'd like to come in on this and give us your ideas.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll come up with our own.
Por favor,
that's dangerous.
Give us your opinion about what you think about what we discussed today.
Yeah.
We would appreciate that.
Yeah,
you can find me on Facebook.
Please.
All right, Betty Ramirez. You will find me there. And if you need to befriend me, then befriend me. So
and
that
same
way.
here as me. Except I hit my 5,000th mark.
5,000. Yeah. I'm barely hitting 2.
No,
I'm like,
I'm sure. You know what though? But here's the thing. You can look for Jim T. Chong, but don't rely on the pictures for us Asian pictures. You know why?
Why?
Because we all look the same. You never know when you won't be able to find us. So, did I just say that? No. That's what you told me, right, Betty?
No. You thought of it, not I.
Okay. She's taking the 5th.
But still, this was fun. So, maybe we're onto something new.
We are onto something new.
And if you would like to be part of it, please let us know.
Yeah. And, just keep in mind that there's a reason why those nice Latino cars with the high, what do they call it, lowriders?
The hydraulic system?
Yeah. There's a reason why when they can bend all the way on the side, they don't let Asians in there. We can't even drive them when they're straight, let alone, when we get them going. So.
Oh, there's something else.
Oh, yeah.
They drive with a car, on 3 wheels. I'm like, okay.
All right.
Careful, especially on the freeway. I always I'm always thinking about them traveling because you got to be safe. You got to be safe. Can't use those hydraulic systems while you're traveling 65 miles per hour. No, it doesn't
Right.
work. So keep yourself safe.
Keep yourself
and
safe.
Yes, and Nocturnal's Car Club, you're next to
Nocturnal's
be
Car
interviewed,
Club.
and I'm
Yes.
looking for you because, of course,
Yep.
you're going to have a third annual toy drive, and their toy drive is going to be December the 8th. They're going to be collecting all sorts of gifts and toys for families during
That's
the
good.
holiday
That's
season.
always good.
Yeah, that aren't as fortunate as others, but we're there to help, and if we could get you guys in here
Yep.
for an interview, that'd be super. Their toy drive is December the 8th at 9275 Glacier Point Drive, Stockton, California.
Yay.
So Nocturnal, call me, 209-467-4455.
Nocturnal, call Betty.
Call me, and this is worldwide.
You
They're
know,
doing this
really?
worldwide.
This is
Yes,
awesome.
third annual.
Yep. Call Betty Ramirez, especially for the car show. They won't let us Asians get too close to the cars.
Oh,
We
quick.
can look at 'em.
Real quick.
Oh.
Real quick. Next year, we
Yeah.
have Marco Sermeno, and I call him
Marco
the
Sermeno?
godfather of car shows. He's
the
coming in
godfather
on.
of car
He's coming
shows.
in.
He's coming
Yeah,
in.
he's coming in on the reunion,
Uh-huh.
our fundraiser for the radio station, and it's gonna
Hey.
be so
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Again, Weber Point. So
That's right. Hey, Betty, guess what?
what?
I'm looking at you, and you're hot. And you know what?
Yes, it's
That
very
means
hot
we got to turn
around
on the
here.
air conditioner.
It is very hot over here.
That means we got to turn on the air conditioner. You didn't let me finish that. You see, that was the setup and the punchline. There we go.
Yes, and I'm
okay.
I need a fan.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So thank you
Okay.
so much for being my guest today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do appreciate it.
Good.
And
well,
it was
someday
fun.
I'll be worthy to
It-
have my own show. Just
it was
like Betty
fun.
Ramirez.
But
No.
you do have your own show. What
I
are you
forgot.
talking about?
No, but I'm really looking forward to what? Hashtag Latino.
Thank you so much. Join me tomorrow. I will be here again. Same time.
Same time.
Same time.
Yeah.
Same time.
Yeah.
All right. Take care and God bless. Hasta mañana.
All right.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Adios. Joaquin.